everybody, this is Alchemist2, and I'm back again with another movie review. Recently, I watched Bridesmaids, and to be honest with you, I actually really enjoyed it, despite the fact that it was crude, crass, body, and sophomoric in various places, but there was some swearing involved, but I guess for the situation, it made good sense, and it was actually done in such a way that it was very comedic and planned just absolutely spectacularly, and the whole movie itself is magnificent, I thought. And especially with Anna, I thought, as a person who likes anthropology, it was a very interesting, tragic, and poignant um, commentary on many modern women and just the way society wants a modern woman to act, and she feels inadequate, she feels sorry for herself, she quits what she started to begin with. It was a good venture, the bakery, but when the economy hit rock bottom, everything went downhill, and then she just decided to throw in the white towel and just forget it, which is really unfortunate. And I think that happens a lot more than a lot of people would like to admit to. They just think, well, forget this, I'm not even going to bother. I mean, who's going to give a damn about what I do? And actually, later on, she does find somebody who does give a damn, and that would be Nathan Rhodes. And his character, I think, is just absolutely wonderful. I just think that he is a prince, and he he should be an example for a lot of men out there who want to know how to woo a woman. This is how you woo a woman. Treat them right, respect them, listen to them, and be their friend. Start out as just offering them advice that would be helpful. And he does this, and he's just a shining example for males everywhere, I think. I just adored his character because I think that there are a lot of good guys out there that get overlooked because, well, um, Anna was going for the quick fix, so to speak, the roll in the hay and the momentary satisfaction that she would find with just shacking up with someone, which is ridiculous. But I really like this movie. I think that it was just marvelously done, very well planned, hilarious in many of the spots. Like, for instance, when they go to Vegas, and Anna is very nervous, and she's what I would call a white knuckle flyer. She's just fidgeting, and she can't really focus on anything, and she can't sit still. And then there's a character that is introduced. He's more of a cameo character, and I would say that he is a accessory character as far as jokes are concerned. But I like this guy, this fellow that you figure out is a air marshal later on, and the lady who I'm going to call Carmela, because I can't think of her name in the movie, but Carmela, the rotund woman with the tam o'shanter, she actually says, "You're an air marshal, aren't you?" And of course, he completely denies it and just sort of shirks it and says, "No, no, I'm not an air marshal. Just, back off. There's no way I would hold a gun between my butt cheeks and all of that." I just thought that was really funny. And then when everything, all chaos and heck breaks loose, and it just is acting like a complete ass. He says, "Stand back, I'm an air marshal." And Carmela says, I knew it." And that part really got me going. I thought that was really funny. And then the other part I really liked was when, after having her falling out with Rhodes, well, before the falling out with Rhodes is the reception when she goes to see Jillian, and Hannah is still trying to outdo her, and she comes across as a real bitch, and I just hated her character. I thought, ugh, how could you be so shallow and self-centered and just manipulative, you little jackass. I just, ugh, I loathed her, but she was doing so because she really didn't have any female friends and she felt really alone in her home, and it's just so intricate to just see the different connections between the characters and how alike they truly are, and then the reality of everything beginning to change, like you see Anna's microcosm beginning to shift in ways that she never thought was possible, and of course, um, when she makes amends with Rhodes, this is my absolute ultimate favorite scene in the entire film because I just thought it was utterly hysterical, and I was in an uproar of of laughter. I was in paroxysms of hilarity. But she's with Hannah. They're looking for Jillian because Jillian is missing, and they don't know where she is, and it's gonna be her wedding day pretty soon. So yeah, this is really this is the time for hysterics, and this is emergency, and everybody's just they're freaking out. Literally, they're coming unglued at the seams and beside themselves, and um, Anna floors the accelerator as she says, "You gotta come get me! I'm a reckless driver! You gotta come chase after me!" And then Rhodes is after her and chasing her. Well, first he says, "You gotta be joking," and then he chases her after she continues to break the law, and he finally chases after her, and he asks her what this is all about, and he says that Kit, we're looking for Jillian, and she's been missing for so many hours. Well, she can't be a missing person until it's at least 24 hours, and it hasn't been. So uh, they later figure out that she's in her home where she grew up, and it's actually a really funny scene, but they do make up, and at the very end of the film, you see that reconciliation between Rhodes and Anna. But one of my favorite scenes, the Hold On for One More Day, I didn't know the name of the band. I wasn't familiar with them. I thought I should be because I am a child of the 80s and I should have recognized these people right away, but I didn't. Maybe I slept through the 80s. But I thought that that song is actually, uh, I know it's going to make me sound kind of sentimental and mushy, but I really want that song to be played at my wedding just because I think it's a sweet song and it's very uplifting and just a reflection of the things to come. And I didn't realize how profound and how positive the message of that song really is. And it says that no matter what happens to you, there's always going to be a better day tomorrow. And of course, there have been tons of songs written on this subject, and I could just acquiesce about that, and I'm not going to, thank God. But I actually really enjoyed this film, and I am really glad that it was recommended to me by my boyfriend, and thank you very much, sweetie. I really appreciate that. You're a darling, really. You're a jewel. He is. But I wish he just wasn't so far away, but anyway. Um I'm glad that he recommended this to me because I both Dad and I really needed to laugh, and we just were in hysterics, and there was a point in time when I almost started crying like I did in The Hangover, and I actually think this is a female version of The Hangover, and I'm hoping that there is a sequel to it. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. So till then, we'll just have to bide our time, won't we? But as far as comedies are concerned, I think this ranks right up at the zenith with The Hangover, because as far as I'm concerned, The Hangover is the funniest film I have seen in a long time, and some other films that fall into that category would be Just Go With It, Tower Heist, As Good as It Gets, Life as We Know It falls into that. Oh, there are so many different comedies that I enjoy that actually litter that high echelon of excellence that I think I really like to ascribe to considering comedy. And I like writing comedies myself, but particularly romantic comedies, which is something I'm going to be working on in the future. And Rhodes's character gave me the more inspiration for my female cop that I'm going to be writing into my script, which is going to be called Red versus Blue. Actually, that's the alias it's going under, but the true title is Red Boy, Blue Girl. And it's opposites attract, of course, firefighter and police officer. But other than that, I think this is good fodder for a movie like the one I'm going to be working on. Well, movie and this the loosest sense of the word movie, because I don't have the funding, and I'm in the wrong state to be filming something like that. But I can dream, can't I? I've got aspirations and ambitions. But okay, I'm getting off topic. Excuse me. But like I said, 3.5 out of 4 stars. I really think that this is a good film and funny, and I enjoyed it. But a lot of things with Hollywood, I don't really agree with. It's they're a little bit more liberal than we are here in Indiana, but eh, I guess it's all right. I mean, I'm not completely buttoned down and prim and proper. Um, I can be sophomoric in my humor sometimes, and I will admit to that. And actually, I enjoyed this, and it did have a good plot, and really made you think about just how a lot of women see, some women, I shouldn't say a lot, because I'll make a ad hominem fallacy, but some women see themselves as inadequate and not worth just spending any time with, and they shouldn't. And society has made them think that way. And I think that this movie is just wanting to teach women out there that there are men like Nathan Rhodes, who is just a gentleman and a knight of a man. And he shows her just how important and special that she is, and that she has a talent and she shouldn't waste it. And of course, that's you see that later on in the movie, and when she when she does what she does for him. I'm not going to give it away, but I kind of did. It was a little mini spoiler there, but if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But I love this movie, and I really think that even though there's a really kind of graphic sex scene in the beginning, it's something that everybody can enjoy. And despite the fact that it's crude and raunchy, especially the Brazilian restaurant scene when they get food poisoning, um, it's really enjoyable, and it's. I'm hoping that there will be a sequel now. Whoever, if you're watching this and you're responsible for the first one, sequel, please. That's basically all I have to say about Bridesmaids, and it's got my stamp of approval on it.